How to train your dog to be calm. Some dogs are naturally more energetic than others. If your dog's high energy or excitability are causing behavioral problems, you may need to work with your dog to be calmer. Training, breaking out of bad habits, and removing stimulating sources of excitement can all help make your dog become more calm and well-behaved. By teaching your dog to be calmer, you'll create a more stable home life for you and your pet. Training your dog. Reinforce verbal commands. Verbal commands are the first line of defense for a dog that is overly excited. Start by teaching your dog simple commands in non-distracting places that will teach them to focus on you instead of distractions. For example, teach your dog to touch your hand or look you in the eye on command. Once your dog becomes more manageable, you can begin to teach more advanced commands such as settle or stop. Watch me is the single most important command you can teach an overexcited dog. Simply say your dog's name, followed by watch me or focus, and then give a treat when your dog looks you in the eye. Over time, with consistent training, your dog will learn to look to you for a treat rather than at a distraction. Verbal commands like sit, lie down, and stay should also all be reinforced until your dog can act on command. You may lure your dog treats, but withhold them until your dog complies with your commands. Practice giving commands to your dog while you are in different positions, such as standing or crouching. If you always give commands while sitting, your dog may only listen when you're in a seated position. Similarly, you should practice giving verbal commands in all rooms of the house and various outdoor locations. Your dog should feel comfortable following commands anywhere and at any time before you can expect compliance in various scenarios. Don't keep your hands in your pockets. Your dog may associate a hand in the pocket with a reward, and you want your command to be the thing that makes your dog listen, not just a hand rustling for treats. Do give a lot of treats, especially when your dog is just learning a new command or returning to an old command you haven't practiced in a while. Try clicker training with your dog. Clicker training is a helpful way to teach your dog new commands and reinforce old ones. A clicker may be helpful for overly excited dogs who won't sit or remain calm in certain situations. Start with a command your dog already knows, like sit or down, give them command and press the clicker as soon as your dog complies, then immediately offer a treat. The clicker should be used to reinforce your dog's action, while the treat is given to reward the position your dog complies with, for example, sitting. Teach your dog impulse control. Many excitable dogs benefit from impulse control training. Impulse control forces your dog to resist the urge to do whatever it wants and instead defer to your command. Try the say hi command before petting your dog. Have your dog sit, say the phrase say hi, and if your dog doesn't jump you can pet it and offer a treat. 5. Train your dog to wait before eating its food. Have your dog sit and lower the food halfway to the ground, and if your dog starts to go for the food before you've set it down and said okay, you'll start over. 6. Teach your dog the leave it command by holding a tasty treat in your closed hand so your dog can smell it but not eat it. Any time you say leave it and your dog ignores the stimulus you're trying to avoid, praise your dog and give the treat as a reward. 7. Make your dog steady or settle. Steady and settle are both good commands to teach an overexcited dog. Steady works best when you're out walking your dog on leash, while settle works best for when you're at home in a familiar setting. Steady, give your dog's leash some slack, and say steady if it starts to pull. If your dog stops and lets the leash slacken again, praise it and give a treat, if not, repeat until your dog gets the hint. Settle, choose a designated spot for your dog to settle, like the dog's bed, mat, or kennel. Call your dog to the spot and say settle when your dog needs to calm down. You may need treats until your dog learns that this is its spot. Resist the urge to give negative attention. If your dog is behaving badly, you may be tempted to yell at your dog or put your dog in timeout. Logically, being yelled at should be unpleasant for a dog. However, your dog sees any attention from you, even negative attention like yelling, scolding, as a type of reward for the bad behavior you're yelling about. Over time, this actually reinforces the bad behavior. The best way to respond when your dog is seeking attention is to just ignore the bad behavior. Some pet experts recommend waiting as long as it takes for your dog to tire itself out or get bored with its own bad behavior. It may take a while, but your dog will eventually tire itself out, at which point you should praise your dog for stopping. Seek professional help. If training at home doesn't help your dog behave more calmly, you may need to enlist the help of a professional. You can find training professionals in your area by searching online, checking the phone book, or asking your veterinarian for a recommendation. In addition to one-on-one training, there are also a number of group classes that deal with both training and socialization. Make sure the training specialists you work with use positive reinforcement, not negative reinforcement.